that was my thinking phase. This is me trying to get popcorn out of my teeth. It's also how I act if teenagers walk by me. Hello, it is February, which means it's almost Valentine's Day, which means why? And for some reason, Valentine's Day is my mic on. Yes, sucks for you. It's on. Just like me on Valentine's Day, watching some Liam Neeson movies back to back. Oh, she's on. Turned on. What if that's how I had strokes? One of the cute and fun things about Valentine's Day is treats. You know, stuff you get to eat. So I thought that I would show you guys some really cute and easy Valentine's Day treats that I came up with in my head on my own after looking at Pinterest for a long time.
Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is take some standard cake mix from a box. And just like your boyfriend Brian, you're gonna struggle to get it to open up, and then one day it'll kind of open up and be slightly underwhelming. And now it's time to crack in the eggs. And look, you've cracked eggs before, plenty of times, and in chat rooms. But Brian thinks it's best to crack eggs with one hand. And at first it's really exciting, but immediately it becomes more difficult and uncomfortable and really stressful, and you don't like it as much as Brian, turns out. And so like the eggshell, you teach yourself that it's just better if you throw your feelings away. Then we're gonna add our oil and our water. And now it's time to mix the batter. And even though you wanted that Cuisinart mixer, Brian thinks it's best to do this part by hand. He doesn't think it's as rewarding to use mixers. Hand mixers for the kitchen. And he's right, look how rewarding this is. Once our cake batter is all mixed up, we're gonna take some super cute red food coloring, and we are going to put some into our cake batter to turn it pink. And just like what Brian says about honesty in a relationship, a little bit goes a long way. Because look, just after a couple of drops, our batter's already pink. And I know it's hard to tell, but trust me, it's like when I try to get my girlfriends to see that Brian's actually a good guy, and they were like, but he shit on your lawn when you didn't get him that PlayStation. And I'm like, you have to look closer. And then we're gonna take these super cute heart-shaped baking molds and fill them about halfway with our cake batter. And this part's gonna take a second. It might seem tedious or monotonous, and you might start to think about monotony as a whole and how the monotony of the fact that you and Brian only have missionary style sex is slowly killing you. But then we're gonna take our molds and we're gonna put them in the oven for just like a guesstimated amount of time. It's like how Brian always says, there's no way of knowing how long you guys are gonna be together. So while our heart-shaped cupcakes are cooking, we're gonna take some fondant, which I got at Michael's, and fondant is just a fancy word for icing. And we are going to make some decorations for the cupcakes. The first thing you have to do is roll out the fondant, and then you have to keep rolling it, like that stupid f***ing Limp Bizkit song that Brian always listens to. I keep rolling. What the f*** does it mean? Then when it's thin enough, I'm gonna start to cut my shapes. And I thought it'd be so cute to cut out an arrow to put on top of the cupcake so it looked like you were pointing at yourself, like, who loves you, me? So after an undetermined amount of time, take your tiny cupcakes out of the oven and realize that they look so much like hearts. It's crazy. It's like identical to the way love is. Perfect. So like Brian, once they have cooled down from being so hot-headed and you realize that they're not what you want them to be, just do what your mom always told you to do. Change them. In this case, I'm using a small knife to cut the tops off to make them look more like hearts. Then I'm going to take some vanilla frosting and use it as glue to attach our little love arrows, or Cupid arrows. Duh, oh my god, they should be Cupid arrows. Like Brian always says, I'm a fucking idiot. But I'm going to take some of this decorative edible marker stuff that I found also at Michael's, and I'm going to use it to draw some really cute, quirky Pinterest designs on my arrows before I put them on my cupcakes. And there you go, our final product. Heart cupcakes with a Cupid arrow on top so that Brian will really know what you want this Valentine's Day. A wiener. I mean, love. For this next V-Day treat, we're going to use the item that your now ex, Brian, used to call you, a loaf of bread. You're going to take 2 slices of bread, and then I'm going to use this heart-shaped cookie cutter that I got because I'm barely hanging on. I mean, creative. And I'm going to cut 2 heart shapes out of each piece of bread. I mean, 1 heart shape out of each piece. making 2 pieces total. So you do know how to do math. Brian didn't know what the he was talking about. His eyelids look like cankles. Then you're gonna take a second to look at the scraps of bread and wonder what you could possibly do with them. And then you're gonna throw them away because they remind you too much of yourself. So we're making your standard peanut butter and jelly. But to give it a twist, once you have your peanut butter and jelly on both sides of the sandwich, we are gonna take an old love letter that Brian wrote us and we're gonna sandwich it in this sandwich. See, Brian was wrong. You are funny. And anyway, his penis looked like a sword made of balloons. And there you go. You have your final peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So now when Brian comes over to collect the last of his belongings, you can serve this sandwich to him so that he can eat his f***ing words. You see, this sandwich is a play on words because jelly is common street jargon for the word jealous. And you had every right to be jealous when you found out he was sticking his balloon wiener in Trish's butthole while you were dating.
Well, there you go. There are my Valentine's Day treat ideas. I hope that this was a treat for your brain. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. Remember, you can't spell Valentine's Day without leave. Goodbye. I don't know. Like a bad Valentine's Day, a corn kernel will not leave. And I am using my tongue so much. Here's a hypothetical. Me, Liam Neeson, a hot tub. No regrets. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. And leave a comment down below on your favorite Valentine's Day treat and what you're doing for Valentine's Day. Because I care. Also subscribe to my channel so that we can finally be in a committed relationship. Can't spell committed relationship without real spit. Okay, now I should go for sure.